So now we're doing two-step equations to solve. Now, in class, we talked about the variable. We always want to get it by itself, but we also talked about the fact that these are like presents and that we do the opposite of order of operations order in order to do these. So in this case, I want to get rid of the 8 first because it's more loosely attached to that present. And I'm going to do that minus 8 on both sides. This gets rid of this part, cancels that out. But I'm left with 2m equals 12. Now I get to the one-step multiplication problem that we had talked about in our previous video. I'm going to divide by 2 on both sides. I'll get m is equal to 6. And more important than ever is that checking process. So I'm going to do 2 times 6 plus 8. That's 12 plus 8, which is 20. So I know I'm right. Good. So 6 is the right answer. That's a straightforward kind of example. This, however, becomes a little more interesting. Now notice the difference between these two. In the first one, the first part of the problem has the variable in it. Then it's plus 8. In this, the first part of the problem doesn't have the variable in it. The second part does. This is 15 minus 2x. So I'm going to have to get rid of that 15. If I cover up the rest of that problem, how do I get rid of the number 15? If you can see it. In order to get rid of 15, I have to subtract 15. I know that that is not the opposite of the operation that's here, but that's what I need to get rid of, is the 15. So I'm going to subtract 15 from both sides. 15 minus 15 is 0. Now that is the biggest thing that gets people confused. Now I get 0 minus 2x. 0 minus anything, like 0 minus 2 is negative 2. 0 minus 5 is negative 5. 0 minus 2x is negative 2x. Now for here I've got a KCC, so I'll get negative 30 as being my answer there. Now I'm back to that one step that I can do. Divide by negative 2 on both sides. I'll get x is equal to 15. Again, let's plug it in. 15 minus 2 times 15. So I've got 15 minus 30. By KCC, I'll get negative 15, and that's what the answer should be, so I know I'm right. If we were to look at a model of a two-step equation, you'll know that it's 2 steps because you have more than one variable. Remember, we had cups and colored chips that we used this. Now, this would be like 2n. Oh, I've got to have a key. So let's say the unshaded one is a positive 1 and the shaded ones are a negative 1. Okay, so I've got 2n plus 3 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, negative 9. That would be that equation that I would subtract 3 from both sides, get 2n is equal to, I have to KCC, negative 12, divide by 2 on both sides, I'll get n as negative 6. But let's see how it works in the picture. We know that this is what we're going for. I have to make 0 pairs. So I add 3 colored in squares because these become my 0 pairs. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. Add 3 colored in squares. Now these cancel each other out. But I've got 2 cups and this many chips. I think it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 chips. So 1 chip goes here. 1 chip goes here. 1 chip goes here. 1 chip goes here. So by the end of my doing that, I would have gotten 6 chips into 1 cup and the other 6 chips into the other cup because it has to be the same amount. So notice that this would be negative 6 because they're colored, they're colored in. So it'd be negative 6 chips in here and a negative 6 chips in here.